Okay, this VJM, thank you for that knowledge. So, patterns of behaviors. If you went 11 years of university, probably, in law though, so I don't know. Oh, psychiatrist as well. Cool, Vincent. So, our brain runs through patterns. And in our life, if you notice from birth to now, we tend to relive same situations with different faces, different circumstances, but yet is the same energy behind. So when we are little and we develop certain relationship with our father and with our mother, especially if the family that we are born into are dysfunctional family, meaning that they are not functional, but the your mother and your father had still a lot of wounds and subconscious traumas they were not able to heal. We tend to absorb that, and when we absorb those things, we then do not heal from those, and we keep attracting in our life same experiences over and over and over until we learn how to deal with them. Everything is a pattern in the end of the day. So a lot of people that I coach, they end up in the same cycle, attracting the same toxic jobs, the same toxic relationships, and it is a continuous manifesting of this wound. So if we heal our wounds, if we heal certain things, we break the cycle. The patterns of behaviors, we find it especially in the 24-hour cycle. So if you want different result, you have to start to take different action in your own 24-hour day. Same actions will lead to same result. So we can start to become aware of what are our patterns of behaviors. The way we react to things, the way we respond to life, the way we get triggered, and just analyzing and becoming aware of the similarities in different areas of our life. So, for example, I used to attract constantly jobs in which people would underestimate me, people would undervalue me, underpay me. I kept attracting very feminine men, meaning men that were not able to lead, but I was the man of the couple. I was attracting very emotional, pussy type of men. And I had to ask myself why I was attracting these things over and over and over. So relationships are the key for us to see where the pattern of behavior lies. So the relationship with your jobs, the relationship with friends, with partners, the relationship towards men, towards women, the relationship we have towards ourselves, the relationship that we have towards money, and what happened, the history of those relationships that we had in our life for sure has some similarity. When we individualize them, they can show us stuff that it's in the shadow in our subconscious mind. Is that clear? Thank you for tapping the screen, by the way, and thank you for your participation in today's quick live. When Vincent said family is complicated, that's why I prefer law, this is it. We avoid the point that we come from. We come from our family. So we come from our mother and our father, we like it or not. The relationship that we created with them will be manifested and will be mirrored for the rest of our life. So it's so important for us to heal the relationship with our father and our mother so that we can manifest and call in a different kind of relationship, a healthy one, a healed one. Instead, if we have grudges, if we hold on to resentment, victimism, pain, if we haven't fully transmute and heal what happened towards those two figures in our life, we will keep manifesting over and over the same dynamics until they're not healed. So the more we want to avoid something, the more it will grow. Because everything that you repress, avoid, or hide, or run from will come up in another way, will come up in another side. It's like a volcano that it's about to explode for its reasons, and we put a ball on top of the volcano. We're not gonna stop the fucking volcano. It's gonna explode from another way, because nothing can be repressed, nothing can be avoided, nothing can be swiped under the carpet. Everything needs to be brought to our conscious mind. And if you studied Freud a little bit, or if you know what Freud speaks about, most of our essence, most of our being is actually subconscious. So in the iceberg example, the conscious part, it's only a tiny point. The rest of who we are, it's absolutely buried underwater and is massive. So your conscious mind think that it's very, very smart. The conscious mind think, I have it all figured out. I do this and this will happen. But your conscious mind is not aware of the influences of all your subconscious mind, which is 3 times bigger than your conscious mind. Hello, everybody. So the patterns of behavior that we adopt daily has an impact on our reality, and this was one of my problems for a long fucking time. But anyway, so in the 24-hour day, when you repeat same actions, same thought, same things every day, you have to ask yourself if it's a functional way of being or if it's a dysfunctional way of being. When you repeat constantly dysfunctional patterns, you automatically will manifest dysfunctionality at some point. And we have to analyze this in the 24-hour daily cycle and then in the weekly, in the monthly, and in the yearly. So for me, since 2019, so I am literally the surviving proof of this, I have been repeating the same cycle daily, monthly, and yearly. I sat down and I analyzed and I wrote down all the dynamics that were happening in relationships, in relationship with people, with opposite sex, with same sex, with relationship with work, relationship with myself, relationship with money, and I figured out that there was a pattern. There was a pattern. There were a lot of similarity that were happening in the individual case of a single relationships or a single dynamic with money or whatever, and it was happening yearly. So most of the time we are the one that creates our own suffering by not being aware of the fact that we are constantly repeating the same thing over and over and over, and then we get frustrated because nothing changes. Well, you are not making changes. You are not conscious of how you respond to things. You are not conscious of the fact that you are literally possessed by an energy that makes you react and create the same situation over and over and over. When your health broke down, if your health breaks down, is a sign that something is out of alignment. So I would experience certain illness over and over and over, but I wouldn't change anything and expecting my illness to go. When the body is ill, is a signal that something is happening energetically or mentally. Something it's saying you are not in alignment. Your body is not thriving. Your body is suffering. And we take care take care of the body for a little bit, and then we carry on doing exactly the same thing, and then a month later we come back to illness again. Relationship is the same. I would constantly attract very feminine men, and I didn't realize that because I was in my masculine. I was extremely in my masculine, so of course I was attracting the opposition. But doesn't matter how many time I would date somebody else, it was always different faces but the same energy. So it's pointless to do the same thing if there isn't a shift inside. You will constantly attract the same thing again. Or people who message me, some of my clients, like, I cannot find the love of my life, I'm old, blah blah blah. You cannot find it because your energy is not able to attract it. You are stuck in a pattern, or you feel stuck and nothing is moving, is because your energy, it's like that. You attract what you are. You attract your vibration. What you radiate will come back. If you are in a mindset of lack, so it's never enough, nothing is ever enough, and you're constantly chasing, the universe will just make you chase. So patterns of behaviors are the real gold, because like the real gold, because when you find it, when you individualize it, when you analyze your life and analyze the patterns of behavior, the similarities that happen, then you can become aware. And that iceberg of Freud, we are trying to uncover the part of the subconscious mind in which we are not aware of. The more, that's why it's called healing process, because the more you heal, the more the more this reality around you changes. And yet sometimes we think that the as reality outside, we try to control the reality outside, we're trying to change the reality outside so that we can be happy. And that is an illusion. It does not work like that. You cannot control anything outside. Nothing will change outside if before we don't shift inside. When you shift inside, then the reality outside start to shift as well. But the more we want to control, the more we keep repeating the same patterns of behavior, the same pattern of thought, the same patterns of responding to life. We respond in the same way to triggers until we stay in the same energy. Nothing will be shifting for you outside. So when people are frustrated with their life and they're like, I cannot find a better job, I cannot find the love of my life, I cannot find or people that complain that they're like, I don't like my job, but they don't want to change it. I don't like my partner, but I always make excuses for him or for her, and I stayed in a marriage that is not truly happy. All those excuses is because we are afraid of change. We are afraid to face the truth, to face the shadow. We are afraid to face this subconscious part of us. We are afraid to see the truth, the real reason, the root cause of our actions. You are acting because you are afraid of missing out. You are acting because you are afraid of losing. You keep that job because you are afraid of being without money. You are not keeping that job because you really like it and because it amplifying your energy. You are choosing to stay in that job because you're afraid of leaving it. When you are afraid of leaving something, what energetically this is saying, it's saying that you feel in lack. So because you don't have enough, you try to hold on to everything that you can because you do not have enough. But when you radiate this lack, that energy, it's vibrating in lack, lack will be mirrored back to you. So every fear, the deepest fear that you have inside of you, will be mirrored outside for you to see. So for example, I was afraid of being homeless and the universe evicted me from 3 or 4 places that I went in, and my mind was like, what the fuck is happening? I find a house, and every time I find a house, they buy the building or something happens to the building and I get evicted. That was my fear. It was a very deep inner fear of being without a house, and the universe was manifesting that fear in the outside. So because I wasn't able to face that fear, so to release it, I had to look at the fear and be like, okay, I'm gonna be homeless. It's gonna be fine. Why am I so afraid of being homeless? What is the worst case scenario? That I'm just gonna be sitting on the floor until I find a house. And as soon as I released it, the universe manifested me a blown ass apartment. I was like, what the fuck? Usually I would be super controlling, looking, sending email, calling, like, because I was afraid. And then when we release the control, we open our hands and we're like, okay, fuck this. I won't control it. Whatever happened. What is the worst case scenario? What is that I'm so afraid of? What is it that I'm really afraid of? When I let it go, I stopped searching for a house. And I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm not gonna search. I don't know what is gonna happen, but I'm not gonna search. And then I met one of my clients had a house to give me. And it was amazing that when we face our fear for real, facing our fear, we heal. Or like people that are constantly looking for partners, or they are not able to. Oh, hello, Chris. Happy to see you here. People that are not able to be without a girlfriend. What are they really afraid? You are really afraid of being lonely. People who are constantly doing, it's because they are afraid of not doing. Stillness scares them. Especially in the north of Italy, we have been brought up with this mentality of hard worker. You have to be a hard worker. It's something that is heavily imprinted in our subconscious mind. We grow up and we get told you need to be a hard worker. You always need to be doing, achieving, proving, doing. The universe will kill your health. It will put you on your knees for you to face the truth. Is that you have been so much brainwashed with this that you are not actually able to face stillness and not doing. Or some people is the opposite. Some people were brought up that everyone is different and everyone is in a specific side of the spectrum, so depends. Each one of us have specific wounds that we are trying to heal, and we have specific patterns of behavior that we are meant to discover about ourselves. Each of us have different fears that needs to be brought from the subconscious to the conscious. So the path is individual. My wounds maybe are not your wounds, but maybe my story has something that you can resonate with and that can help you. So, the goal of today, of this session of today, is to ask you, or actually try to bring awareness to your patterns of behaviors. And if you can tell me a few, I'm here happily talking to you about it. What are your pattern of behaviors or pattern of thought or feeling that happens yearly or in a decade, or even something that happened daily in the 24-hour cycle? I can tell you something that happened to me with addictions. I would daily be in the same, so every time I feel a tiny bit overwhelmed or anxious or stressed out, I would run to soothe myself. And I would soothe myself with tobacco, with food, with weed, with overindulging in TV, social media, and that was something that I was doing daily. So daily, every time I was a tiny bit under stressed, I would run to the same method to soothe myself or whatever. What is your patterns of behavior? What is something that you do in a 24-hour cycle that is the same day after day? Or what are those repetitive cycles that you can see happen to you with your relationship with money, or relationship with the opposite sex or same sex, or your family or job situation? What is some of this similarity that you can analyze and become conscious of it? Hello, are you there? Okay, so you push people away. Perfect. That is one pattern of behavior that is really common, is that we push people away before they can hurt us. So usually that is because when we are little, we got hurt from somebody that we really loved, and so we our energy is stuck in that trauma response. Is a trauma response. So now every time our heart become vulnerable with somebody, we push them away because we are afraid that we're gonna be hurt again. Chasing answer, yes, that is another thing. When we chase answers, it's because we got convinced somehow during our life that the answer were outside. The answer come from the external reality, and that is another thing. We have to come to terms with the fact that the answers are already within us. But are we strong enough to surrender to them? Because only in this way we receive divine downloads, epiphany, and revelations. They come when we are open. But when we are chasing and too busy chasing and doing, we are close to those answers. Puffin, what's happening? I tend to distract myself from the main job I need to get done by choosing other random things to do. Well, um, so as I was saying before, sometimes we distract ourselves and we do chase or do 5,000 things because we are actually afraid of stillness. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you afraid of stillness? Jesus said no war, no money. Jesus never said anything like that. Yeah, and if you want me to block you, or you can come together in this topic of the day, okay? Fearful of scarcity with money. Exactly. So when you understand that you are abundant, your essence, its energy, your essence, your only presence has value. We have been brought up in this system with devaluation of who we are. So when we are born, the society tends to tell us you are nobody. And this is a lie that stays within our energetical imprints since young, and we carry these things with us. That's why the school system is exactly created and it is a setting up for failure. The school system create doubt about your value. We spend most of our childhood proving ourselves that I am worthy of this evaluation, of this vote, of this grade. We constantly have to prove that we are worthy of something. So we have been brainwashed into feeling a nobody, into feeling empty, to feel that we have to prove, that we have to show, that we have to demonstrate. We have been raised in competition with each other. We have been raised in dysfunctional manners. So the more you swim in this lack, in this fear, the more you will attract it. The more you fear being without money, the more the universe will give you experiences in which you will be without money. The more you focus your energy into feeling abundant just by existing, just by being. When you repeat affirmation daily about your value, you are a valuable person, you have energy, you are worthy of being here just by you breathing, the more we are gonna call in that kind of energy. So even in the daily though, in the daily day-to-day life, we tend to adopt certain patterns of behaviors that are truly saying something about ourselves. You understand? So, for example, we always think that we know what we need, or we know what we like or what we don't like. We always are so sure, our ego is so sure, I don't need that, or I don't want that, or like the ego is based on illusions. Only God and Source know what we need and what we have to experience in order to become aware of deeper truth. And if we, attach to our ego so much and we think that we know what we want, what we need, we know who we are. The truth is that you are not your thought, you are not your bank account, you are not your job, you're not labels, you are not your name, you are not your surname, you are not what you think, you are not what you feel, you are not a disease. I have this, I have that, I am this, I am like that, I'm fearful of that. This is all illusions. So the more we go deep here into the patterns of behaviors, and the more we analyze and we collect all the similarity year after year, decades after decades, in relationship with people, things, jobs, money, a lot of stuff will be revealed to you of where your trauma lies, where your fear lies, and what is holding you back from moving to your next level. So, anyway, I hope that was interesting. If you want to work with me or book a session, the link is in my bio. If you have any question, let me know, butterflies. And that's it. That's all for today. I hope that was a little bit helpful. You're welcome. Thank you for the donation and the support. Thank you for coming by, popping by. I mean, if some of you want to discuss a little bit about what I said today and you want to jump in, I can do a free mini session in here if you fancy. But just if you have the interest of understanding a bit more. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Energetically, collectively, there is a strong, like, if you have been seeing the Schumann resonance, you will notice the amount of light energy that we have been receiving, and our sun as well. We received a lot of solar flares. So everything that it's in the shadow, so the patterns of behavior that are in the shadow, will be brought up to surface. So all the things that you are doing but you are not aware that you are doing will be pushed in your face. So the patterns of behaviors that you are doing subconsciously will be exposed. Christian Pagan. Girl, I'm divine. Like, labels, I clean my ass with labels. Christian Pagan, I understand all of them, but I'm none of them. We are connected to source directly. When you have a connection to source directly, you don't need labels. You don't need religions. You don't need witchery. You understand everything. Exactly. Nature is divine. Nature exists. It's not a trendiness. It's not a school of thought. Nature just is. It's the 0 point. Is existence. It's it is, and that's it. So in this year 2023, most of the things that you are doing and you are not aware that you are doing them will be pushed to the surface. So allow yourself to be open to see. Allow yourself to be open and receptive to see the patterns of behavior that you adopt daily, yearly, in a decades. Allow yourself to analyze, process. Allow yourself to pick up the similarity so that you can have a higher point of view. All right, even job wise. And this have our homework that I'm giving to everybody, Chris included. Because sometimes we deceive ourselves. I did this for long ass time. I was always saying to myself, like, oh, my manifestation are not coming because it's not time yet, or because this, because that. I was deceiving myself. I was deceiving the fact that I was taking similar actions every day, in the daily or in the monthly or in the yearly. I was falling trap similar dynamic and responding in the same way. And so, of course, I wasn't shifting timeline because I was behaving in an old energetical pattern of behavior. You understand? You understand, my beautiful patatini? Open to see, do we ask during meditation? During meditation, or when you wake up in the morning, when you look outside at the sky, ask to the universe, please show me. Please show me when I'm not aware. Please show me when I'm not seeing. Okay? First of all, your nails look great. Oh, you like my nails? I just painted them. Second, I'm happy you did. Well, friend group are another sign of what we are talking now. So I was talking about patterns of behavior. One pattern of behavior of many people is choosing toxic friends, or maybe not toxic, but let's say friends that do not want to go deeper. So sometimes we hang around people that are very surface because we are afraid of being alone, and we will never call in our life, we will not be able to magnetize friends that wants to go deeper with like us and with us, because we keep hanging around friendship that are surface level. So in Italy we have this motto, we say, tell me with who you hang around and I will tell you who you are. Because if you hang around with 4 broken people, most likely you will be the 5th. If you hang around with 4 surface level people, most likely you will be surface level too. So this is another subconscious pattern of behavior that we do. We go for people that feel safe. We go for people that we are used to without seeing that they are actually not resonating totally with what we are after. So, good. Exactly. Because you are not meant for small talk. You are not meant for shallow. And yes, wake up in the morning, Adrian, and ask to the universe if you can have 10 minutes of meditation. Ask the universe, please show me. Show me what is it that I'm doing and I'm not aware of. Show me what I'm repeating in my daily 24 hours that is actually not beneficial for me. But yet I keep doing it because it's a patterns of behavior. Is become a coping mechanism, a soothing mechanism. It becomes you get possessed and you just do. Show me. Yes, exactly, Italo production. Oh, nice to see you, by the way. Yeah, because it's true. The people who you hang around the most are the reflection of you. And so if you are seeking for more, if you are seeking to elevate, if you are seeking to unlock a new level of reality, you cannot be doing the same thing. Action-wise, relationship-wise, hobbies, addictions, addiction to pattern of thought, because a lot of clients that I coach, they are also addicted to pattern of thought. Like they think the fucking same thing every day. It's like there is a CD that is stuck in a loop, and this CDs, it's repeating the fucking same thing every day, every day, every day. You are your own radio station. Your mind, if you go to a hospital, they can put you a little electrode in your head. They can read your thought because the thoughts are like radios. So if your head is every day emanating those radio waves of the same fucking bullshit, of course you are what you emit. You are what you radiate. Why Jesus was always depicted in this position with the halo and the heart would, like, the classical picture of Jesus. It's because he knew that you are what you like. You are your energy. So your energetical essence, what your heart is radiating, what your mind is radiating, will come back to you. If you are radiating shit from here and sorrow from your heart, what do you think you're gonna call back? more shit, more drama, more overthinking, more pain, more sorrow, more mistrust. You understand what I'm saying? Sorry, Adrian, I have to go back. Yes, I do that. Now I see why. It's comfort and soothing. Yes, so when you understand that a lot of things that you do are just there to comfort and soothe, you finally have the fucking revelation of the year. And you can ask yourself, what is there to comfort and soothe? And mostly you will find out that it's your little inner child, that it's frustrated, it's scared, it doesn't feel safe, it's agitated. And that's why you act to comfort and soothe with those old coping mechanisms, because you have that little child. And that is your only way. You know, when the child is crying and the mother give it the iPad or give it a candy, yeah, momentarily the child feel better, but the problem will come back if we don't face it. So, Adrienne, that is, when this happen, you can be like, oh, why do I need comfort and soothing? Why am I not able to face this without soothing it, without this old coping mechanism? I feel as I'm called to help these people. What people? So, anyway, your inner child, your child essence needs love, needs good food, needs attention. The people that don't go deep, well, it's not our, this is, it can be tricky, okay? I used to be very obsessed with helping others, being a service of others, blah 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 blah. A lot of the time it's a distraction, because it's way easier to see what's wrong in other people, to see what than to see what's wrong with you. So when you heal yourself, you heal the people around you, and that is all you have to do. When you are at service of yourself, you will be also at service of others. Sometimes I used to obsess on helping and distracting myself with other people. The truth is that it was easier compared to face my own shadow. Exactly, Chris. And also, you have to help the people that come to you. You cannot go and help people. It's not the teachers that go to the students, but it's the student that go to the teachers. So if you can be helpful in some way, people will sense that and they will come to you. You don't have to go out there to chase them and help them. So yeah. Anyway, okay, I need to go. Thank you for this beautiful session, butterflies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for any donation and support. They're really appreciated. Please make sure you check my YouTube, and if you need a coaching session, the link, everything is in the link in my bio in TikTok. Underneath the circle with my head, there is a link. And yeah, if I can be helpful, you know when you to find me. Okay? Ciao, ciao. Ciao, butterflies. Thank you for any support. Thank you. Bye.